Batman Cape Crusader Series 1, Episode 1, the brand new Batman animated show that everyone's looking forward to just because of the people behind this. You have Bruce Timm, who is the showrunner of Batman, the anime series, the anime show that came way at the beginning of, came out in the 90s. And of course, shepherd the DC anime universe that include Superman the animated series, Batman Beyond, Justice League, Justice League Unlimited, and Shadow Shock. So and that, and plus many DC animated projects. You had J.J. Abrams, who's the director of the modern Star Trek films and Force Awakens, and the showrunner of AES and and Lost, and so many films and TV shows on his belt, and of course Matt Reeves, who directed the Batman. So of course, him directing the Batman, the last live action film, gives him a sense like, well, he knows the character. He's producing this Penguin show, and having those three names together in one show, live action or animated, gives you a sense of, holy shit, I need to check out this show. Because normally when it comes to DC animated films, I would check the films out. Which it sounds like it's nearly ending. Like, we got Watchmen and that's it. And then it, just new regime DC Studios now on. But I normally just check the DC anime movies out. And even though sometimes I enjoy them and like them, I always knew that they're not at the point where what they once were. Like, I would more likely watch Under the Red Hood than Batman and Son. I would more likely watch the 2009 Wonder Woman or Green Lantern First Flight or Crisis on Two Earths than watch Justice League War or Apocalypse War or whatever it is. Like, you know what I mean? So anytime now there's like a new DC anime thing, I get a little bit skeptical. I get a little bit like, fine, it's probably gonna be okay for what it is. Even though I'm enjoying Kite Man, even the Harley Quinn show for me has dropped off in quality. So I'm kind of like, okay, let's see how. I might more likely going to skip this one, but I haven't even checked the Superman show, My Adventures with Superman, just because. And then plus the anime style was not really my thing, so I have to put that as brackets as well. But with those three names, it made my interest pick up. And now we got all the episodes in there. I'm going to go through episode, video by video. And, of course, the first episode, Intent as Waters. And what my opinion is on this first episode is this is a pretty good damn opening. And this version of Batman, this singular, like the story, the character of Batman, this is a Batman who's at this point is all about the mission. And he doesn't really care about anyone else. He doesn't even care about Alfred. Like, Alfred is like, Alfred puts a little bit of British sarcasm or British humor. And he just said, like, are you telling a joke? And it's like, Jesus, man, let the guy have some sense of humor. Or just instead of calling him Alfred, he's like, Pennyworth. Well done, Pennyworth. Pennyworth. It's like, okay, clearly you, dear sir, don't see Alfred as a father figure or a mentor or anything, or like whatever. Like, okay, Bruce and all that, but him as Batman, with Batman being Batman and him telling, he's doing all the things. He's telling Incredibles, false faking people out of fear that they're gonna get hit by a train or something, and that him shaking and fear and him being the detective and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's all there, and this is clearly a more. It's probably is like, here's a Batman who's more on the lines of what during the 30s and 40s. Like, this is the Batman who would be more like this than maybe a more modern version of the character. Because there's moments in this that I'm thinking, I don't know, does he have a no-kill rule? Because I feel like those people are dead. I really think so. There's a scene where he hits people with the Batmobile. Like, just spins the car around and hits 3 henchmen, knocking them senseless, knocking them out. I'm thinking, are they knocked out or dead? Because I feel like, even though the line is, I think, don't worry, they're alive. I'm like, nope, I think they're gone, Bruce. I think they're gone. You know, I feel like we're going to see you being all, break the no-kill rule, because, I mean, all it's missing is the purple gloves, guys, let's be honest. But what made me even shocker with this is, like, clearly, these characters have been around for, 80 plus years. We need to change things up, right? And with Penguin, like, the big change is now that Penguin is now a woman. Penguin is now, so also counterpart is Oswina, where it is, the Penguin, voiced by Minnie Driver. And Penguin here, I mean, for me, it felt like a very typical Penguin thing, which is Penguin, the owner of the Iceberg Lounge, who seems at first a welcome member of society, a wonderful citizen of Gotham, but in reality, Penguin, behind the shadows, is a crime boss, an evil and a despicable one, and very violent and staring, and all these type of things. And it basically happens that's what happens in this episode. She comes across as this very comfortable with her own skin, because normally Oswald counterpart, Penguin is normally, he's very conscious on his body. He realizes, he understands why people call him the Penguin, with him having the long nose, him being a bit chubby, him having that wobble, the way he dresses, maybe occasionally what version of the character you're going for. Occasionally he does the grrr, grrr, occasionally he does that. He's conscious of himself. This one is she is very comfortable with her body. She's flirting with, like, officers that she finds attractive in the bar. You can tell, like, pulling on the paper, on paper, she does come across as a very likable person in a society. She's a very welcoming, but of course we know the evil side of her, and also it's the Penguin, so we know what the Penguin's like. But there's a scene in this that made me go, holy shit. Involves finding out who the Rat is and how she deals with the Rat. Because the whole episode is about is that basically there's a series of bombings, and Batman's trying to figure out who these bombings and why they're bombing the place, and why it's all linked to Wilfred Thorne, why it's all linked to him, and so Batman's trying to figure out who the person is, and turns out it's Penguin, and that, and it's very surprising. Like, this is a show that is 25 minutes long, 24 if you want to count credits and all that. This is a 24-minute episode, and it's able to pack so much character, so much dialogue, and so much storytelling that you're quite surprised that, wait, this is only 20 minutes? How are you able to do this in 20 minutes? Because they're able to space it out. And I really enjoy this. I really enjoy all that kind of stuff. Harvey Dent already in this. Like, Harvey is a dick. Because normally we picture Harvey as the light of Gotham. Clearly he's going to become Two-Face at some point. And what we have here is Harvey is, like, he's going up for mayor, and normally he is meant to be the white knight, the rising sun, the guy who's going to fix Gotham back to a hopeful city. And then he becomes Two-Face, and then things go off his meds. But already he's a dick. The way he talks to Barbara, because Barbara Gordon's in this show, the way he talks to Barbara Gordon, I'm like, oh, like, oh, here's a coin. Heads, he gets 20 years. Tails, he gets the electric chair. You want to flip on it? And I'm like, oh my god. I was like, I don't think I meant to like you. I don't think I meant to say, oh, how tragic of you. Like, we might go through the mental health storyline with the explaining how, with the big bad heart thing. Even that, I am going to go, yeah, but he's a dick. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, but he's a dick. Anyway. But yeah, already I like the characters, the action's pretty good, and I like the idea of like at this point, Batman is a mystery. Batman's it's kind of like, best to describe, it's kind of like the first Batman film with Tim Burton. How like some people believe he's real, some people think he's a myth, some people is he the boogeyman or not? Some people believe he is. Some people it's just a myth or legend and nothing but nothing but the boogeyman, not real. And I like the slow realization of it, but also I like that even though this is not a Batman who is going to stumble, because clearly this is like the early years, but I like that this is a Batman who will still make mistakes. Or bad things will happen. Because the ending of this episode, it's like you captured the bad guy, but their plan still happened. And that I kind of like. It's going to be adding some good character progression. A good sense of freedom. A good sense of like, okay, we'll do this and that. And I even like the changes they did with Flash or with Bullock. Bullock is a corrupt cop. Which, if you think about it, I get it. Bullock is mostly he's the asshole cop, but we know he's good at heart. If someone's going like, hey, make Bullock the bad guy and make him a corrupt cop, I would not be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, comment below. Let me know what you think of episode 1. Let me know your thoughts.